In the long, drawn-out days I spent in my hospital room, beyond the loneliness and pain, I began to feel an unexpected warmth. My husband's indifference only deepened the chill of my days here, leaving a growing void within me. Yet, amidst this solitude, there were moments that warmed my heart and instilled hope. The most significant of these was a deeply moving and intimate closeness shared on a stretcher, a moment that words can hardly capture. Before I recount that experience, I want to share this slice of my life. My name is Emily. Years of treatment and hospital life have taught me to fight both physically and emotionally. Each day, between monotonous treatment sessions, endless laboratory tests, and the cold corridors of the hospital, my husband's indifference made me feel even more isolated. What I craved was warmth, genuine attention, and a touch that made me feel truly valued. It was at this low point that Michael entered my life. Michael was a compassionate and attentive hospital attendant on our ward. At first, I saw him merely as part of the care I was receiving, but over time, he became someone who listened to me, approached me with heartfelt understanding, and touched my soul. Michael was not just performing his duties, he was offering a warmth that shattered the cold atmosphere of my hospital room. One day, following an intense treatment, the doctors had to transfer me from one unit to another using a stretcher. Exhausted and in pain, as I was carefully placed onto the stretcher, Michael stayed by my side. With his gentle hands, he positioned me with utmost care, and in that moment, our eyes met. Even on the cold metal surface of the stretcher, I felt the warmth of our hearts. Softly, Michael said, "Emily, relax," his voice soothing as his hand lightly touched my shoulder. His touch was so gentle and sincere. It felt as if it could carry away all my loneliness. In that very moment on the stretcher, both physical and emotional intimacy blossomed between us. In my vulnerable state, I saw in Michael's eyes a deep, caring concern and tenderness. That simple touch lifted me from the shadows of my painful past and filled me with hope for the future. Our silent exchange of glances conveyed every unspoken emotion. There were no passionate kisses or sudden moves. It was just a sincere connection, a profound sense of warmth and understanding. In the midst of the hospital's coldness, the closeness we experienced on the stretcher deeply touched my soul and revitalized me. After that day, Michael's kind gestures and the feelings that emerged within me gave new meaning to every moment in my hospital room. My husband's indifference no longer only brought sorrow, it forced me to question where true love and care could be found. The emotional bond that developed between Michael and me was not merely physical, it was a deep connection that opened our hearts to each other's pain and hope. As time passed, the impact of that tender closeness made my days in the hospital more bearable. With every visit, Michael not only cared for me, but also listened to my fears, shared in my dreams, and filled me with hope. Each gentle touch and every kind word gradually healed my wounded heart. I began to see that this unexpected, loving connection was a beacon of light that shone through the darkness of my loneliness and pain. Today, after enduring the long and arduous days in the hospital, I look back and realize that those intimate moments on the stretcher opened the door to a new beginning, a future filled with hope. Michael's care and compassion reminded me that even in our darkest hours, a spark of hope can light our way.